Hare Krishna. I'd like to do a reading today from Bhagavad-gita, chapter 11, The Vision of Lord Krishna's Cosmic Form, translation by Vijay Acharya. Arjuna then said, "You have shown great kindness to me by revealing matters so high, so confidential, and of such great spiritual import. Your words have been so illuminating that my illusions have all been dissipated. O my lotus-eyed Lord, I have listened with care to your delineation of the metaphysical evolution and destiny of the living souls, and to your account of the inconceivable and glorious nature of your divine qualities. Although I understand that this form which I see before me is actually the form of the Supreme Person, I nonetheless desire to see your fully majestic cosmic form, O Chief Executive of the universes. O my Master, most powerful of mystics, if in your opinion I am qualified to see your form of infinite power, then please reveal it to me." The Lord is the form of infinite opulence, then said, "My dear Arjuna, awaken your inner vision to observe hundreds of thousands of divine forms colored in all the pigments of the rainbow. Observe firsthand all the varied figures of the Devas, the glowing bodies of the sons of light, the potent controller of destruction, the powers which generate healing, the controllers of the winds and fire, and a multitude of other amazing and wonderful things that no one has ever been privileged to see before. O Arjuna, my dear and enlightened friend, I give you now the vision to be able to see all the animate and inanimate phenomena of the entire cosmic creation compressed into a single unitary design. Behold therein whatever it is that you may like to see. You would never have been able to see this visionary display of my majestic and mystical potencies with your normal eyes, and I have therefore bestowed upon you divine eyes, which are equipped to see the supermundane." Sanjay, who is relaying the report of the Lord's encounter with Arjuna to his monarch Dhritarashtra, then gave the following description. "O my royal-blooded sire, while speaking in this way, Lord Krishna, the deliverer of the world, and the supreme proprietor of all miraculous powers, revealed to the son of Queen Kunti his super-excellently majestic and opulent cosmic form. How wonderful is the vision of this form of infinite radiance, possessed of the power to permeate all of cosmic creation. Within it are an infinity of divine figures and faces, all ornamented with jewelry of exquisite design and craftsmanship, clothed in mystic splendor, garlanded with celestial flowers, equipped with magic swords and bows, and anointed with the most fragrant of divine perfumes. If all at once untold thousands of suns were to appear in the sky, their brilliant light would only faintly approximate the splendor of this cosmic feature of the Almighty Supreme Divine Person. This vision of all the diverse profusion of universal phenomena, assembled in a unitary divine figure, streamed in on the son of Pandu by the grace of the Lord of Lords. Folding his hands together in prayer and bowing down his head in humility before the Lord, Arjuna, who was overcome with the wondrous nature of the vision, and whose body was thrilled with divine ecstasy, then began to address his master in the following words. "Almighty Lord, how wonderful and extraordinary is this vision I see manifested in your cosmic body. All of the variegated forms of organic life have been assembled here, together along with the creative and destructive potentates sitting on beautiful lotus flowers. All the great philosophers and saints, as well as many benevolent wizards, are visible there. I cannot find out the limits of this universal feature of yours, which appears to possess an infinity of dimensions. It seems to have no borders, no center, no source. How grand is this vision of your all-embracing figure, O sovereign and majestic ruler of the cosmos. The radiant glow of your complexion is as brilliant as the sun, and this effulgence has made it difficult for me to gain a clear vision of your inner form, which is beyond human imagination. A sea of royal figures crowned with jeweled diadems, holding holy scepters and wheels of power. You are the highest goal of self-realization, and you can never be destroyed by any force. You are the infinite ground upon which the universes are constructed, and the eternal religious principles are safeguarded by you alone. It is my judgment that you are the Supreme Divine Person. There was never a time of your beginning, nor will there be a time when you will come to your end or even to your midpoint. You are of invincible stature, possessed of the force of millions of arms. The light of the sun and the moon is coming from your eyes. The cosmic fire is pouring out of your mouths, and your aura is giving warmth to all creation. In this unitary figure, you permeate heaven and earth in all directions. O Almighty Lord, an alarm is being felt throughout the whole world, while I gaze upon this miraculous yet overwhelming form of yours. The assembly of saints is marching into you in fear and trembling. Hands folded in prayer, they invoke auspiciousness by reciting suitable verses from the Holy Scriptures. All of the godly overlords, the revered ancestors, the choirs of angels, and the congregations of perfect and powerful beings are gazing upon you, awe-stricken. To be confronted with the reality of the scope of this mighty form of yours, with its numberless and mighty limbs, broad and sturdy trunks, and shining rows of teeth, would bring tribulation into the heart of anyone in this world, and so it has done to me. Observing the gleaming rainbow-colored light of your form projecting throughout outer space, and seeing your wide-open mouths and radiant mighty eyes, my soul is overwhelmed, my heart unsteady, and my mind feverish. To you are the shelter of all the worlds I make my plea, O Lord of Lords, show mercy upon me. I can no longer face this vision which seems to have the power of the fire that annihilates the universe at the time of the final cataclysm. It appears as if the ambitious Duryodhana and his brothers, along with all the militaristic kings, are running headlong into your gaping mouths. Our grandfathers Bhishma, our teacher Drona, and Lobon Karna, as well as the greatest generals of our own alliance, are meeting their ends by having their heads crushed between your deadly teeth. Human civilization's greatest heroes have formed streams flowing into the vast caverns of your mouths, just like so many mighty rivers emptying into the ocean. The people of the world are running at lightning speed to their destruction, just like moths flying to their fiery deaths. O Lord, while swallowing, you are consuming entire planets, and the radiance of your body is filling up the entire cosmos and sending down a scorching heat. Please be kind to me and help me to understand what your nature is. I prostrate myself before this mighty form of yours and submit with all humility that I cannot fathom why you appear in such a devastating way. The Almighty Lord replied, I am time whose destructive force levels all, and my mission in coming to this sacred field is to rid the world of all the people assembled here. Even if you refuse to participate in the fighting, the soldiers of both alliances are all doomed to die. Arise, therefore, and gain glory by bringing defeat to these men who have become the world's enemies. I have already sentenced them all to death as a result of their previous actions. I ask you now simply to carry out my will, O most expert of bowmen, as a prosperous empire will then be yours to rule and serve. There is no question of your killing Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, or any of the other soldiers assembled here, because they have all been slain by me already. Therefore you need not doubt your victory. Just stand up with resolution and courage and prepare to triumph. Sanjaya then related Arjuna's reaction to Dhritarashtra. The terrified Arjuna folded his hands respectfully in prayer after hearing these prophetic words from the Lord, and then, with a heart filled with tribulation, he began to address Sri Krishna in the following words. O Lord of all the sentient beings, it is certainly most proper that your praises are sung by loving souls throughout the universe, and that all the most highly evolved amongst humanity kneel down to you in worship. Only those of atheistic temperament cover their ears and try to flee from you. And why should not all the universe bow down to you, who are the greatest of all, the original Father and Creator of everyone and everything? You are the cause of existence and non-existence, and you are the highest limit of transcendence. You are the original Supreme Divine Person, the most ancient of all living entities, and the transcendental shelter which everyone within the world is seeking. You can understand everything, and you are everything which needs to be understood. Your sacred realm is supreme and transcendental, and by your infinite cosmic form, the whole universe is permeated. You are the controlling principle of the wind, the fire, the waters, and the moon, and the original grandsire of the first progenitors of life. I could offer 1,000 tributes to you and still go on to offer another and another. Please be so kind as to accept my most humble obeisances. Seeing you as the center of everything, I salute you from every side. Your potencies are immeasurable, and all existence rests within your mighty hands. Therefore nothing can be seen as separate from you. Invincible you are, and without limits. Please excuse, therefore, the familiarity I have shown in addressing you with friendly terms of endearment. Never understanding your greatness, I have simply called you out of affection, saying, O Krishna, O Yadava, O brother. Perhaps it was my foolish innocence, or maybe I was blinded by my love. My frivolous manners must have often offended you while we were relaxing peacefully together, sitting on the same couch and taking our meals with one another, so I humbly beg your pardon. All creation can trace its paternity to you, both the living creatures and the inanimate objects. You are the inner spiritual guide of everyone, and are truly worthy of the homage of all. No one can equal or excel you, and no one in all the worlds can estimate the true extent of your glories. I offer myself at your holy feet, praying that you will bestow your divine grace upon me. I see clearly now that you are the Lord, the most praiseworthy and true, and I pray that you will overlook my faults out of love, just as a father may forgive the debt of a son, a brother may excuse the misdeed of his brother, or a wife may overlook the faults of her husband. O thousand-armed form of the universe, take away this blinding vision, and please appear to me instead in your princely form of Narayan, with 4 arms holding your mighty scepter and discus, your auspicious conch shell and fragrant lotus. The Lord then spoke, It has been my pleasure to grant you this revelation of the form of unlimited energy, by which I maintain my presence within the universe. This infinite and primal feature of mine, which I have shown you by an exercise of my inner powers, can never be seen by any mortal. Only through a special dispensation have you been able to see this mighty form, which would not have been revealed to anyone, even though they may have studied all the holy scriptures, carried out all sorts of pious works, and performed many years of severe penances. But now let your mind be relieved of the awesome vision. Put away all tribulation and concentrate your vision once again upon my pleasing personal features. Sanjay reported, while speaking in such a consoling way, Lord Krishna then revealed his all-pervasive 4-armed feature, and then again was seen in his beautiful and eternal 2-armed form. Seeing once more the familiar form of his friend, Arjuna then spoke, My dear Lord, my consciousness has become peaceful by gazing again upon this beautiful and gentle divine form of yours, which appears so like the human. The natural balance has again been restored to my system. The charming and gracious Lord responded, Even the denizens of the celestial paradises are always aspiring for a glimpse of this form, which stands before you now, so rare it is for anyone to see. To see me thus in my eternal form of mystic beauty is a reward never earned by speculative scholars. Ordinary acts of worship, generous giving and charity, long hours of abstinence and penance, great scholarship in the scriptures, none of this can bring one the chance to see me in my eternal form of mystery and grace. It has become possible for you to gain this vision directly and to enter into a deep understanding of the truth of my existence only because you love me with a heart undistracted by selfish desire. O worthy son of Pandu, all those who serve me with loving hearts, having disassociated themselves from the tendency to exploit others, become cleansed of all impurities and come at last to live with me.